In this WrestleTalk news, NXT sexy dress code meetings get exposed, Bobby Lashley takes a nasty bump at a WWE live event, and is AEW's future uncertain with looming budget cuts? All that and more today, so subscribe and enable notifications to always on for daily wrestling news videos.
Support WrestleTalk!
So NXT 2.0 marked a shift in WWE's approach to its developmental brand. There's been lots of talk about them refocusing their talent acquisition away from indie wrestlers to athletes from other sports, a storyline shift that makes it feel a bit more like a main roster show, and the diminished involvement of Triple H and his team that had made the brand so successful over the years. So now, with established WWE backstage influences taking control of the brand, it seems that some of the worst aspects of old school WWE thinking have begun to bleed into the show. Ember Moon was released by WWE last November, having been lost in the shuffle when NXT gained the 2.0 moniker. She spoke to Chris Van Vliet about the closing moments of her time in the company. She said that the plan that she discussed with Triple H had been for her to turn heel after Shotzi was called up to the main roster, though this got delayed until suddenly a report came in that Vince wanted her back on the main roster as the original Ember Moon character, but heel this time, even going so far as to record a return package. She said, "I get the video ready, I'm ready to show everyone after TVs, and they go, hey, we got some bad news." And I was like, I'm sorry, what? I got this video. No, Vince is pulling you off TV indefinitely. And I just kind of sat there and was just like, what did I do wrong? I've done everything that you guys have asked. I've gone over and above. She said what stung the most was that she was told by WWE that she had done nothing wrong at all, which must have been very frustrating and confusing. She then revealed a backstage meeting that she had to be part of that's previously not been made public. She said, "I remember when Shotzi left, I remember going to my makeup artist and going, I'm so unhappy, and we'd have to sit through stupid meetings about how we would have to dress sexy. And I remember looking at someone and I was like, I cater to children. I'm not about to wear fishnet booty butt cheek shorts because we had a 2-hour meeting about how to dress like Mandy Rose." Things you know will be clipped out of me saying booty, butt cheek, fishnet shorts. For Moon, this was the beginning of the end, and she was offered what she said was tantamount to a coaching position, but instead she told them that she was going to go home until they had something for her. They never did. Now, to go back to what sounds like an awful Diva-era meeting, Fightful Select confirmed that they had heard about the meetings months ago, but nobody had been willing to go on the record about them, so Ember Moon has just confirmed that they do exist. Fightful were told that they were held under the guise of fashion consulting, or fashion aid, in an attempt to help the women of NXT appear as larger-than-life stars, bringing in fashion expert Melanie Pace to conduct the meetings in October 2021. According to roster members, this went against the previous policy to wear mostly ring gear or NXT merchandise on screen. It was also said that many refused to attend the meetings overall, and several roster members were very unhappy with them in general, blaming John Laurinaitis as the meetings began when he regained power in the company, with Triple H out of action, though Laurinaitis' hand in the meetings has not actually been confirmed, so this is speculation at the minute. One backstage talent also implied that they were encouraged to dress similarly backstage, though dress sexier wasn't said, it was heavily implied according to the reports. It is 2022, baby. Now, before we move on with the rest of the show, we just need to thank Get Off My Plane. There's something wrong with the left phalange for their support on Patreon. So as Athena, the former Ember Moon, pointed out, WWE likes to drive its talent to the very end of their rope, but it also likes to drive its rope to the very end of its rope, as seen at a live event in Newcastle last night. Because Bobby Lashley actually suffered what is a nasty looking spill to the outside during a match with Drew McIntyre at the show. Both men were running the ropes, setting up for what looks to be a claymore, when the top rope snaps as Drew rebounds, leaving Lashley to take an unplanned tumble to the ringside area. He takes what is a really nasty looking bang on the apron as he tips over the second rope there. Ooh, really not good. Fans in attendance were audibly shocked, and the referee quickly hopped outside to check on the Almighty, with Sami Zayn eventually picking Bobbles up and putting him back in the ring to finish the match, suggesting he at least felt able to finish the match overall. Here is hoping that you're doing okay, Lashley. Hopping over the barricade now, let's talk AEW, who might seem like they are going from strength to strength in terms of viewership, popularity, and just general buzzwordiness around their wrestling shows, but there is a looming threat on the horizon. A merger between WarnerMedia and Discovery, which has created some uncertainty about the company's future. Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio was discussing and said that the merger could bring with it significant budget cuts. He said Warner Bros. Discovery is going to be eliminating new scripted programming. They're going to cut some of the scripted shows. Some of the ones that are around they'll renew, but they will not be making new ones apparently. So when these shows die off, the ones that are around now, in theory, there will be no more scripted programming on TBS and TNT. As far as what that means for AEW, when you're talking about a company looking at making hundreds of millions of dollars in budget cuts, and another company partner that's looking for a substantial rate increase on what they're getting on a new contract, which would be in 2024, you can do the math. Now, AEW's current deal nets them $45 million a year, but you would assume that they'll be looking to grow that figure in 2024 when their contract comes up for renewal. But if WarnerMedia is not looking to spend on scripted programming, this could be a major spanner in AEW's works. For one thing, with a ballooning roster, it might mean some difficult decisions need to be made if you want to pay people more in 2024, and it could give WWE the chance to poach some of the top stars once again. And at the more extreme end of things, there could be no money for AEW and total cancellation of its product, though Meltzer does think that is unlikely. He said it's really too early to tell anything for sure. You just don't know the new people involved. You don't know what their feelings are about wrestling. I mean, anything is possible, but I don't think that they would cancel it. But the key is still a rights increase, and then you're talking about a company that's trying to cut way back. So those two things are contradictory. Now, it's a ways away, but negotiations for 2024 will likely start happening towards the end of this year and all throughout next year, so it is becoming a critical time for AEW. Here's hoping that WarnerMedia do the right thing, though, and support professional wrestling.
Andy Datson. The comments have been favourable to thee. Well done, Andy. Host another WrestleTalk News, Andy. Oh, you're so good with your deep, soothing voice, Andy. Or the WrestleTalk elders. We have heard. But you can't just walk in here and expect to start hosting the flagship show on WrestleTalk.
Hi, I'm Sully.
Pay no attention to the Sullivan. You're gonna have to work for it. You're gonna have to best each one of us in individual, direct, head-to-head competition. Oh yeah, that's right, Andy. I'm talking about the Randy Games.
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 The Randy Games. That's right, Andy. 5 games, each of which you'll have to win to advance to the next. You must beat Pete, Adam, Luke, and Laurie in consecutive championship contenders matches, each challenge more devious and more difficult than the last. I'm waiting for you at the end of all that after 4 consecutive days of torturous combat. If you beat them all, I'll be waiting for you, Andy. Well, you shall have to best me in a game of my choosing and earn your place amongst the WrestleTalk news-attainers.
Hi, I'm Sully.
I said pay no attention to the Sullivan. Get a good weekend of rest, Randall, because on Monday, the Randy Games begins.
Randy Games. 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 Randy.
Production for this movie resumed in January of this year because obviously they had all the delays with Letitia Wright. And yeah, it's out in November, and we still have very few details about the movie.
Well, we only just got the Thor trailer, didn't we? And that's coming out in like 2 months.
It's incredible, isn't it? Like, this is the new way of doing things, I guess.